Kia ora koutou and welcome back to Cooking with Kath, and happy Friday here from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Today we're going to have homemade pizzas, so I'm going to show you the initial stages of getting the dough ready for the pizza. So I have already popped in my little container here 3/4 of a cup of warm water, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, and 1.5 teaspoons of dry yeast. So I've just set that aside for about 10 minutes, and you can see it's really lovely and bubbly on top. That means that the yeast has been activated. So that's all ready to go into my mixer. So I'm lucky enough to have an electric mixer like this with a dough attachment, so a kneading attachment. So into my bowl goes 2.5 cups of plain flour, and just sift that in because it lightens it up and makes it nice and airy and gets rid of any little bits of lumps or bumps that are in there potentially. So there you go, my flour is in there. So that's 2 cups of just plain flour. I'm going to now put in 1 teaspoon of salt, just 1 teaspoon in there of salt, and also 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you have available. You may have some canola oil, which is also fine, but I am lucky enough to have a bit of olive oil here, so that is what I'm going to use. So I'm popping that in with my flour and salt just into the bowl, and then I'm going to add my activated yeast. So that's going to go in the bowl as well, all together. So this makes it quite easy. Otherwise you have to kind of do lots of mixing on the bench. So I'm very grateful to have my mixer here. So I'm just going to put this dough attachment on and to mix together and knead all of that mixture together for about probably 5 to 8 minutes. And then I shall come back and show you what it's looking like. All right, see you soon. Welcome back. So my dough has been kneading with my dough attachment and my electric mixer. But if you don't have that attachment or an electric mixer, that's perfectly fine. You can just knead it yourself. It's really great for your muscles. Just knead it for about 5 to 8 minutes just on a floured surface like this. So this is my dough that has been kneading away for about 8 minutes, and you can see it's all nice and smooth there. So I'm just going to pop it on that floured surface and give it a bit of a pat down. You don't have to do too much more kneading at this stage, just make it into a nice little circle like that. Now in my bowl I've just oiled the surface of the bowl and pop it in there, and you can pop it a little bit more olive oil just on the top, or any kind of oil, just on the surface of your dough, just a wee bit, so you can just drip it on and rub that surface a bit with some oil, just like so, just like that, nice and smooth. Alrighty, so now I've got a damp tea towel, so I'm going to cover my dough and I'm going to leave it in a warm area. If you have a hot water cylinder like I did when I was growing up, we don't now, please put it in there, that'll keep it lovely and warm, or a nice sunny area, or if you have if your oven's warm but certainly not hot, but just warm, you can pop it in there to prove with the oven door open. So you leave it to prove for about an hour until it's doubled in size. And once we've done that, I shall come back and talk to you about what I'm going to put on top of my lovely pizzas for dinner. All right, see you soon. Welcome back. So as you can see, my dough has proved, so it's feeling really lovely and light and fluffy, and I've divided it into 2. So tonight I'm going to make 2 different pizzas. Now you can put whatever you like on your pizza. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing for us tonight, and we have some friends coming over, so it's probably a little bit fancier than I would usually do. So just flour your surface, flour your rolling pin, and roll those pizzas out into whatever shape that you like. Mine are going to be roundish. just like that, to kind of a regular size pizza shape and depth. So there we go, that's one, and here's my other one. Just rolling it out, very similar sizes, similar kind of depth to them, and there you go, two lovely pizza bases ready for me to plonk my delicious toppings on them. So I have some tomato paste ready. So this is just a kind of a mix that I have already. So it's really just canned tomatoes boiled down with some lovely herbs and garlic, and just reduce it, and I have it in the fridge ready for sort of occasions like this where I need something just to pop on top of my pizza or anything else. So here we go, just a little bit of that lovely tomato paste. You can use a pre-prepared tomato paste from the supermarket, that's all perfectly fine, whatever works for you. But give it a bit of a, just that first layer of tomato spread out nicely across both of those pizza bases. There we are. Now I've got my oven up quite high, so that's probably on about 250 Celsius, because you want your pizzas to cook pretty quickly. Now you can put your oven dish in the oven to heat it up while the oven's heating, and that gives the bottom of your pizzas a really nice crispy base if it's heated already. If you have a pizza stone, do the same. Put it in the oven, heat it up really well, and when you put your pizza base on it, it gives it that lovely crispy bottom. So there we go, there is my tomato base. Now, as I say, whatever you've got in the fridge you can use. I'm going to start with some, I've got a bit of salmon here, so there's a little bit of salmon. I went to the supermarket this morning and the salmon was like pretty much half price, so that's why I have salmon today. So there we go, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that salmon right across one of those pizzas. That's what I like. You can use whatever you like, and particularly vegetarians, so many delicious yummy things that you don't have to use any of this kind of stuff, just use what you like. So there we go, there's my salmon. On top of my salmon I'm going to put a few capers, because salmon and capers go really well together, so just a few capers there. I have some feta cheese, which I shall just sprinkle across that salmon and capers just like that. And then I've got a selection of veggies here. So I have some tomato sliced, some red onion, some mushrooms and some rocket. I also have some fresh basil and oregano from our garden. You can use whatever you like. I love fresh basil on my pizza, and you could use dry oregano or whatever other herbs you fancy. So I'm just going to put a few little basil leaves across my lovely salmon pizza there, like so. And there we go, yum. That just gives it a really yummy kind of, basil has a very distinctive flavour, so it gives it that really yummy kind of basil flavour. And then I think that I'm just going to put a wee bit of red onion that I've sliced finely there. And then, because I really like the peppery flavour of rocket, so I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of rocket salad across there, rocket leaves, baby rocket leaves, across the top. And then I'm going to smother it in some mozzarella cheese. Yum yum, all good. It's pretty delish. And I have also a little bit of Parmesan cheese that I will just finish that off with. So there we go. So there is my first pizza, and that is a delicious salmon capers, red onions with your tomato base there, a bit of rocket, some basil leaves, and your mozzarella and parmesan cheese on top. So for my second pizza here, I am going to, let me just get that one out of the way a wee bit. It's going to be kind of a salami-ish flavour. So again, you know, we're not vegetarians, but if you are, all of these delicious veggies are amazing, and with your lovely tomato base, whatever herbs you have, equally as delicious. But yep, I'm just going to put a wee bit of salami, spreading that over my pizza. I chop the salami in half because when your pizza's really hot and you get a big slice of salami, it can really burn you. So I chop my salami up a wee bit. There we go. And I have a little bit of ham here too. It's a bit of a meat lovers, this one. There we go, some ham spread across there. Only really because I had it in the fridge, and may as well use it up. You know, we're trying really hard not to waste anything. So I'm just going to use all of that salami and ham that I have there. Now, because this is sort of more Italian-y style, I'm going to put a few olives on top now. So just put a few olives there. You don't have to, I mean, olives are, you know, some people like them, some people don't. If you like them, put them on. That's what I'm doing now. Few olives. And I also have some fresh oregano from our garden, so that's going to go on just like that. Yum yum. It's lovely to have those fresh herbs. We're very, very lucky to have a garden where we're able to grow some of our own herbs, and again, we use as much as we can and on everything, chuck herbs into everything really. I have a few more basil leaves, so I'll put them on as well. There we go, a few basil leaves. And then, gosh, what else goes well with all of this? Definitely some mushrooms. So just smothering a few mushrooms over there, spreading some mushrooms, just like that. Again, I'm going to put some more red onion. I love red onion on everything, so there's some sliced red onion. I have some fresh tomatoes as well, so they're going on. My goodness, this is going to be a super supreme from home. Super supreme. And then again, actually I might put my, I've got a bit more feta, so I'll put that on, a bit of feta. All these flavors are really yummy, and this kind of aligns with that Mediterranean style of eating that we're doing at the moment as well. All those delicious vegetables on top. Now a bit of rocket. There we go, just like that. And again, smother it with that mozzarella. Cheesy cheese makes it all very authentic, that mozzarella cheese. And a bit of that Parmesan to finish it off. There we go. So yeah, really my fancy pizzas. Now they go in that very hot oven. I do have a pizza stone, so that pizza stone is in the oven now, heating up, so that when I plonk my dough on top, it will really give that delicious kind of crunchy base that I'm looking for. So there we go. I have 2 pizzas from the dough that we've made, and they're going to go into a very hot oven, and I'll be back with you when they're all cooked to perfection. Welcome back. So here we have 2 delicious pizzas. Now, I know sometimes it's easy to kind of ring and order a pizza, and we do that ourselves, but on kind of special occasions, or if you have guests, it's really cool just to kind of make your own as well. So I hope you feel comfortable in using the recipe that I've shared with you today to make your own. And just reminding you, actually one of Kath's top tips that I forgot, and you know I do forget things, is that before you put your, when you're doing your pizzas, put your dough on your either your pizza stone or your oven dish before you put your toppings on, because as you saw, mine were on the bench and it was really hard to get them off the bench onto my stone. So, you know, there we go, a top tip that even Kath forgot. So if you choose to subscribe, please do. There will be more recipes to come. My next recipe will be a sweet, lovely treat that I've made lots of times and share with my friends. So I'm going to make friands. I look forward to seeing you next time. Ngā mihi.